But picture this, it's 12:47 a.m. You're in bed, and you swear you're about to sleep, but you're also half scrolling, half stressing, because tomorrow you've got an 8 a.m. classic quiz you didn't study for, and your bank app just notified you your checking account dipped under $20. So you do what every exhausted student does. You tell yourself it's fine, it'll just lock in tomorrow. But tomorrow comes, and you oversleep. You skip breakfast. You buy a $6 coffee because you're saving time. Then at 2 p.m., you crash, you can't focus, you push studying to late night again, and by 12:47 a.m., you're right back here. Here's the thing, that cycle doesn't just make you tired, it makes you broke, behind, and weirdly, it can keep you that way for years. And the most frustrating part is, you probably think your problem is time management. Look, it's not. It's your night routine, because your night routine is the factory that produces your mornings. And your mornings produce your grades, your energy, your discipline, and yes, your money. My name is Zach, and I spend way too much time thinking about relevant financial topic. If you're someone who described the viewer's financial struggle, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. All right, today we're building the perfect night routine for students. Not a Pinterest routine, not a romanticize your life routine. A routine that fixes the real reason you're tired and behind. 1. You're running a sleep debt economy. 2. You're paying for it with grades, focus, impulse spending, and future income, and I'm gonna prove it with math, psychology, and a simple step-by-step routine you can start tonight. But let's start with a stat that should make you feel seen and also a little mad. According to the CDC's Youth Risk Behavior Survey summary, only about 1 in 4 high school students get at least 8 hours of sleep on an average school night. That means the majority are running on not enough sleep basically all the time. And when you hit college, it often gets worse because no one's forcing structure anymore. Sleep Foundation reports that during finals week, the average college student only sleeps 36 hours per night. So if you're sleeping 5-6 hours and feeling like your brain is made of mashed potatoes, congrats, you're not broken. You're average. But here's what most people don't realize. Average student sleep habits create below-average outcomes, and they compound. The most common student belief is, sleep is what I do after I finish everything. No. Sleep is what you do so you can finish anything efficiently. And there's actual evidence that sleep connects directly to performance. A 2023 paper in PNAS tracked first-year college students' sleep using actigraphy, Fitbit-style objective data. The headline finding is insane. Every hour of lost average nightly sleep was associated with a 0.07 reduction in end-of-term GPA. Let's make that real with math. If you're sleeping, say, 6 hours on average, and you could move that to 7. 5 hours, a +1. 5-hour improvement, the model suggests. 1. 5 hours times 0.07 GPA per hour equals 105 GPA. That doesn't sound dramatic until you realize how scholarships, programs, internships, and even academic probation rules work. A lot of scholarships have hard cutoffs like 3, 5, 3, 3.0. So if you're sitting at a 3.42, that extra ~0, 10 is and nice to have. It can be the difference between keeping a scholarship versus losing it. Getting into a competitive major versus getting waitlisted, landing an internship versus. We went with another candidate. And scholarships aren't cute money, they are real money. If losing a scholarship costs you even $2,000 for a semester, that's $4,000 per year. Now, imagine you save time by sleeping 90 minutes less each night to study, and it indirectly costs you $4,000. That is a terrible trade. RAND analysis, summarized by the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, estimated that insufficient sleep costs the U.S. up to $411 billion per year in economic losses. RAND report itself also notes the U.S. loses about 23 million working days annually due to insufficient sleep. Now, you might be thinking, Okay, Zach, that's the economy. I'm just a student. Look, if sleep is costing the economy hundreds of billions, it's not because CEOs are up at night watching Minecraft TikToks. It's because sleep affects productivity, decision-making, impulse control, mood regulation, consistency, which are basically the same traits that determine whether you keep up in class, show up to work on time, don't waste money, and actually build momentum. Let me give you a money analogy that actually sticks. When you stay up late, you're essentially taking out a loan from tomorrow. But it's not a 0% loan. It's a high-interest payday loan on your attention span. Because you don't just lose the hours of sleep, you lose the quality of the next day. You procrastinate more, you need more caffeine, you study slower, you spend more impulsively, you push tasks later, and then you need another loan tomorrow night to catch up. That's how people end up in the same semester-long panic loop every single term. But here's what most people don't realize. Your late-night behavior is not a character flaw. It's predictable psychology. 1. Present bias. Your brain overvalues now and undervalues tomorrow at 11:30 p.m. One more episode feels small. But your brain treats tomorrow morning as not real yet, so you pick the immediate reward. That's the same psychology that makes people say, "I'll start budgeting next month, I'll pay off debt when I get a better job, I'll invest when I have extra money." Same wiring, different category. 2. Revenge bedtime procrastination. A lot of students feel like the day wasn't theirs. Classes, work, family stuff, pressure. So late night becomes the only time you feel control. And your brain goes, "Finally, mine." So you scroll, snack, game, watch, not because you're irresponsible, but because you're trying to reclaim autonomy. 3. Variable reward loops. Your phone is basically a casino. Your feed is a slot machine. Sometimes it's boring, sometimes it's hilarious, sometimes it's drama, sometimes it's motivating. That unpredictability is addictive. So when you say, "I'll just check for 5 minutes," you're not negotiating with a clock. You're negotiating with a casino. Not do 17 steps and become a new person. The perfect night routine does 3 jobs. 1. Protect sleep like it's a financial asset. 2. Reduce friction for tomorrow morning. 3. Kill the anxiety loop that keeps you up. I am going to give you a routine you can run in 45-70 minutes total, depending on your life. And yes, it includes one money move that takes 3 minutes. But optional braille/visual references for editors. Student studying late at a laptop, CC. Student studying in a classroom setting, CC. Time, ~60-90 minutes before bed. Look, if you wake up stressed about money, you're going to make worse decisions all day. So you need a quick nightly ritual that prevents financial surprises. Do this. 1. Open your bank app. 2. Say out loud, "Seriously, what's my real number?" 3. Check. Oh, checking balance. Oh, any pending charges. Oh, what bills hit tomorrow? 4. Decide one thing. Oh, tomorrow I am not buying coffee. Oh, tomorrow I am bringing food. Oh, tomorrow is a no-spend day. That's it. Why this works psychologically? It reduces uncertainty. Uncertainty fuels anxiety. It creates a micro-plan, which calms your brain. It stops the morning panic purchase cycle. If you only do one part of this video, do this. This is where students lose so much money and time. Because mornings are not when you have willpower. Mornings are when you have friction. So your job at night is to remove friction like you're paying yourself. Do these in order. Put your charger where you can't reach it from bed. Lay out clothes. Yes, even if it's just a hoodie. Pack your bag, laptop, charger, notebook. Set water somewhere visible if you buy breakfast. Prep something cheap, banana plus yogurt, instant oats, whatever. Now, you might be thinking, "Zach, that's not finance." Look, these is finance. Because friction creates convenience spending. If skipping breakfast leads to $6 coffee plus $5 pastry equals $11, do that 3 times/week. $11 times 3 equals 33/week $132/month. That's not pocket change for a student. That's a phone bill. That's textbooks. That's half a grocery run. Most students don't have a bedtime problem. They have a mind-won't-stop problem. bit, so you need a shutdown sequence. Step A. The 5-minute open loops list. Grab a note app or paper and write, tomorrow tasks. Max 5 bullets, worries. Dump anything, 1 win today. Yes, 1. This sounds cheesy until you realize what it does. It tells your brain, we captured the threats. You can stop scanning. Step B. Set a minimum viable tomorrow. Pick 2 non-negotiables. Attend class 45 minutes, study 1 healthy-ish meal, 10-minute walk, that's it. Because perfectionism is one of the biggest sleep killers. Same way, perfectionism kills budgets. If I can't save $500, why save anything? This is where you actually win. Rule 1. 30-60 minutes. No blue light doom scrolling. Sleep Foundation points out that students increase exposure to screens and bright light, which can disrupt circadian rhythm, your body clock. So do one of these. Read something easy, shower, stretch, chill, music, prep. Tomorrow's first 10 minutes. Rule 2. Same wake time beats same bedtime. Consistency matters because your body learns patterns. If you wake up at 7 a.m. weekdays and 11 a.m. weekends, you're basically giving yourself jet lag twice a week. Try to keep wake time within 1 hour even on weekends. Totally fair. 2 things can be true. You're busy, your current strategy is making you slower. Remember the PNAS finding. Students in that data set averaged about 6 hours, 37 minutes of sleep, and less sleep predicted lower GPA. So instead of study until I collapse, do sleep-protected studying. The 2-block method. Block 1. 60-90 min focus study, 10 min break. Block 2. 30-60 min lighter review shutdown routine. This gives your brain a clean ending, and it prevents the I'll just keep going lie, because exhausted studying is fake productivity. Also fair. But if you get home late, don't try to copy someone else's routine. Keep the structure but shrink it. 3 minutes. Bank check +1 decision, 5 minutes. Pack tomorrow essentials, 5 minutes. Open loops list, 10 minutes. Screen-free ramp, that's 23 minutes. Even that will change your life. Let's connect the dots. Sleep affects GPA. GPA affects options. Options affect income. And the earlier you build options, the more your life starts compounding for you instead of against you. Also, sleep reduces leakage spending. Caffeine spending, delivery spending, convenience snacks, missed deadlines / late fees, procrastination-driven panic purchases, and I am not saying you can sleep your way to being rich. I am saying, if you're building your future on 5-6 hours of sleep, you're basically trying to run a business with a dying battery and then acting confused why it's not scaling. 60-90 minutes before bed. Bank app check, plus choose tomorrow's money rule, 10 min. 45-60 minutes before bed. Friction audit. Clothes, bag, charger away, water ready, 10 min. 30-45 minutes before bed. Open loops list, plus minimum viable tomorrow, 15 min. Last 20-30 minutes. Screen-free sleep ramp. Read / shower / stretch / calm. Look, I'm going to be slightly frustrated for a second because you need to hear this. If you keep sacrificing sleep to catch up, you will stay behind. Not because you're not smart, because you're playing the semester on hard mode for no reason. Tonight, you're going to do something different, not dramatic, not perfect, just different. Pick one. Move your charger away from your bed, do the 3-minute bank check, write the open loops list. Shut the phone down 30 minutes earlier, because the goal isn't to become a productivity robot, but the goal is to stop bleeding time, energy, and money and start compounding in the right direction. If this helped, subscribe and comment. Night routine if you're starting tonight, because I want accountability in the comments. And if you want, tell me your biggest nighttime struggle: scrolling, studying late, anxiety, roommates, whatever, and I'll make a follow-up with routines for each situation.